This is Shannon. In a different part of the Blue Living Room. I just got back from the slam. Pretty tight. And we couldn't film it in there because it was candlelit. And so what we're going to do is we're going to film in the Blue Living Room in a different section, a different part where you can see me doing these cool hand gestures. And I think that's it. No disclaimer. I'm just going to get into it. The book is a prop.
And this is called Men. I used to envy men. How it seemed they could own or control, with seemingly everything we see on TV coming from their view. The strength to overpower, the strength to never cower, unreachably high towers is how I saw men. That were so because of their complex infrastructures, the logical brain that I could not attain, penis envy, as Freud would say, enough to name. And then I met him, and him, and him, and they sung me a hymn, and so I had to grab my pen and write this wisdom. We have all been so lied to. How far we have been regulated so that even bleeding and the color of our blood should follow a set of instructions. He said this to me subtly, and so I'm saying it for him out loud. This is the reality. Please give ear and hear me. This is the reality. More die when we choose not to see. 1 out of 5 men in the United States are abused sexually by the time they're 18. And most men will never say anything because they're afraid of what that might mean. A cell inside themselves in this social prison, not allowed to mourn their injustice out loud. They can storm, but they cannot reign. We do not allow them to cry and acknowledge their own pain, and so they die. Men commit suicide 2 times as often as women, and no percentage should go without a subsequential why. Could it be because they cannot use this perfect gift of their bodies? To cry is a gift divine. Crying isn't wasted, sappy water, scientifically, if we must be scientific only. Our tears carry endorphins that help us to release the tension and stress of our pain. And I cannot point at you solely when I too hold the blame because I perpetuated these stereotypes. I was so disgusted with my own pain that I called it a female thing, but we are all hurting. Can you imagine? Not able to bend. We do not allow our men to mend, and so they break. These rotten myths we feed them, they will eat. This is nonsense, this Tarzan Jane, man strong, woman weak. We feel. And if you're not feeling the pressure around, the pressure to be more, to buy more, to see more, to touch more, so we're fat on the outside and we're starving within. I used to envy men. And now I only wish all my words of nonsense could be turned to hugs for men who will have sex but are afraid of the intimacy and love. For tears enough to get one man started, for voice enough to proclaim to every man that I could name that who you are and everything that means is enough. Can you imagine? Not able to bend, they must be stiff. No part of them must ever tremble or ever go limp. And we get angry about women's portrayal on MTV, and why? Because they objectify and hypersexualize, but what are we doing when we make jokes about penis size? I'm saying, now, I only wish this consciousness could be so divine that others will stand behind me as we choose to not separate ourselves by these demonic lines. As I say, father, nephew, cousin, neighbor, lover, you are my brother. And I want to help you understand. Take this gift from my poetic hands. This is called unconditional love of self, and it is no myth. Please, brother, I love you. Accept it.